Mazandrea, how are you doing? Thank you very much for your submission and for your writing. This is great writing. This is fantastic. This is great. This class, everybody understands how important it is to describe your intent behind the design, and this is certainly no exception. So I'm really pleased with this class as a whole and their ability to be able to express their good, solid communication, expressing um, their methodology and their intent in the ad. In this particular case, you've identified some issues, which is great, which means you're able to look at your own work and critique it and identify potential problems and excuse me, and existing problems. So this is fantastic. Keep this up. This is so important for student designers to be able to do this. Any designer, really. Excuse me. So keep this up for the rest of the class and in your other classes too. This is great. Always consider a very detailed written description on anything that you submit. So I've got the same concerns. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to the end. I've got the same concerns, and the reason I say that is because okay, the first thing I thought when I opened well, you know what? Let's start from the top here. The first and most obvious thing is this is not one of the required logos from the Amethyst Bay Style Guide. It looks like this has a blue background, and if we take a look at the Style Guide, we can see that there is no variation of this. Hang on a second, my computer's decided to be a little bit funny, so I'm sorry. Hold on one second about that. At any rate, as we can clearly see that a blue background logo is not one of the required logos from these style guides. So that is something that you definitely need to be addressed. Absolutely. Looks like you've got the right typefaces. Okay, talking about the imagery, first of all, this is a really good job masking this image. You got her hair over in here. This is great. You've got the hole in her hands where the heart is. That's fantastic. The hole where in between her arm and the outside image. This is really good masking job. So that's fantastic. I'm a little concerned about the background image itself. It definitely looks like she's going down. It looks like she's going down. It looks like she's about to sink. It's a really unusual and strange configuration. And you said it appears like she's underwater. I think it feels like she's ready to go down underwater. And that when I first opened it, I thought she was heading into these trees until I looked closer. So yes, I see the same issues with the background image. I would recommend changing that and working out those issues. My only other recommendation is that we got a little bit of issue with we got a little bit of issue with hierarchy, and I think that's caused by this right here. Because right now this is bigger than a headline, so you're telling the viewer, look here first instead of looking at the headline first. I would recommend we suggest to the viewer that you look at the headline first. I don't think we need this. If we need this, you can assemble that into the subhead, or better yet, right into the body copy. So the perfect honeymoon, we celebrate love here, or what would even be better is say the perfect honeymoon, 4 nights for the price of 3 as your subhead. Okay, I would recommend that you don't stroke your type. It changes the shapes of the letters. So I always recommend to designers not to put a stroke on the type. So we have the perfect honeymoon, then left align, 4 nights for the price of 3, then your little paragraph of body copy that's describing the promotion that's listed in the subhead. This is just one paragraph, right? So you don't need to indent that. And then I would recommend taking the logo, placing it on the lower right-hand side, because it's a good exit strategy. The viewer's going to leave. Typically, the viewer leaves the composition on the lower right, so we might as well use that to our advantage by reinforcing branding, by including the logo right there. Then contact information on the lower left-hand side. All right, so those are my recommendations. I think it's a good start, and I'm really, really pleased that you were able to recognize the issues inherent in the ad on your own. That's fantastic. So I think, yeah, definitely rework this, and I would highly recommend that you get this settled in before you start your banner ad, because your banner ad is based on the foundation that you set here, right? So I would definitely recommend making your adjustments here. If you want to resubmit to the discussion board here, or if you want to shoot me an email, or better yet, even put it in the discussion area, general questions, or resubmit right here. But I'll be glad to take a look at whatever you come up with moving forward. And as I said, I think it's important to establish those changes prior to starting work on a banner ad so that you can incorporate the changes made here into the banner ad. And again, I'll be glad to provide additional comments if and when you make those changes. All right. Any questions? Give me a holler. Thank you very much.